Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that nobody dare say. For those of you that like Porky's Corner, feel free to jump over to Porky's International. That's our sister channel, and that's going strong. There's a video just gone on there today that I've done with Barbara the Blade, mad Sheffield United fan, and it's a really good video. So I hope you enjoyed it. All right. So they were joined by Gerry from Ireland. How are you doing, Gerry?
I'm all right, Ross. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. What you on with?
Not much. Just trying to take it easy after work, mate.
Yeah. What you been up to?
I haven't really been doing much this week. Just bits and bobs around the house, mate. What I did, went to the cinema and seen Beetlejuice 2. And I know you said it was shite, but I actually thought it was all right. So that's about that. That's about the height of it.
Do you know how much it were, right? To go and see that at the cinema. The tickets were, I think, 37 quid summer at Tamworth. But the seats were bang on. 37 quid for 2 tickets there. That's what it was. It's shocking, that, isn't it? What is it in this day and age when things are on telly 3 months later?
Yeah, mate. The cinema prices now are crazy. You think about it, years ago, it used to be really cheap to go to cinema, and that's why you kind of were encouraged to go. And I'll be honest with you, when we went on Sunday, I was like, when was the last time we were at the cinema? I couldn't remember. It'd been that long. But the price is shocking.
You what, mate?
The price is shocking, but in the cinema we went to, the seats were really far apart and they were like reclining chairs. So that was quite good, but still not worth the money, mate.
I'm going to watch Gladiator 2, is it, next month? Ridley Scott film.
You think it'll be all right?
Yeah, I like all like that, don't I? Gladiator and what's the other one? William Wallace is Braveheart, is it?
Part.
I like stuff like that, yeah. So here he is. Women love him. Men want to be him. It's Gerry. Don't be fooled, ladies, by his smooth Irish accent. He still has a Magnum Tash.
I wasn't going to come on because I'm badly in need of a shower, but sure, you can't smell me over the camera, right?
You know, many years ago, Gerry, I used to live in my mate's house. He passed away. He was called Dennis, and I had the bottom part of the bedroom were the same colour as that, just a feature wall. But that were about 20 odd year ago when I was a young spunker. Well, not young, but I was pretty wild 20 years ago. Involved in scrap metal then, and I used to park my Iveco tipper truck on his drive at his house, and all neighbours hated me because I were always still storing stuff on drive and sparks going everywhere and that. But bedroom, same colour as one feature room, same colour as yours there. Is that your kitchen, Gerry, or your living room?
No, mate, this is the man cave.
The man cave. Oh, sorry, I had that as my bedroom colour, but hey, listen, colours are colours, aren't they? Don't matter. We all. Yeah, you what, mate?
I fancied something different because they end up painting the house cream in every frigging room. So I thought, what the hell? I'm gonna paint it something mad.
Magnolia, Gerry.
Magnolia in the hall. Magnolia in the hall.
Well, do you know what they call that in Doncaster? If you've got magnolia in your house, people come up to you, oh, you can't beat a bit of Maggie. It's a bit like girls in Doncaster, if they have their hair done in that red colour, they go, oh, Rihanna, what colour do you want it? Rihanna red.
Rihanna red. Excellent, mate. Excellent.
Have you heard up from Kent?
No, but
Kent, what you've gone on missing list, Kent. Oh, you see what we're doing at the moment? We're having a bit of a shake up with Porky's Corner because there's some negotiations going on behind the scenes how it's going to move forward the channel, and so there's some people on commission, but if they're not going to come on as regulars, it's not going to be having the pictures on, because I forever get a lot of emails asking when Julian's coming back on or Rico, but they're not on the commission. They're not on the website, so they're not interested in giving their opinion. They've done it for God knows how many years, and it's easy to get cheesed off with sport, isn't it? I suppose, even though they're good contributors, you can get disheartened, can't you?
Yeah, of course, mate.
And this with Conor Benn, I think that's tipped Julian up at edge, didn't it? Really, I think.
He was bang on to as well about Conor Benn.
Well, Julian spoke a lot of sense on the subject, and he said how it would go down, and they're never ever going to admit it, are they? Because if he did, he'd get tortured for months about being a lying little so and so, wouldn't they? Really? Because is it 6 or 7 different versions they've given now? I mean, if it were in a court of law, it'd be down the Clint now, wouldn't it? It'd be in HMP Morelands, wouldn't it? With a backy round. You know what I mean? Half ounce for an ounce back. You know?
It's farcical, mate.
Yeah, it is farcical what's going on there. It's the verdict, actually. It's the verdict to the next couple of days, the Crusher verdict. I just want to get your take on that, Gerry.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the findings are going to find him guilty. So, are they going to announce? Are they going to announce a ban, and then are they going to backdate it? I mean, that seems like the only possible outcome, in my opinion. I don't know how you can deny that he hasn't been taking anything that he shouldn't have been taking now. It's kind of dragged on too long. And there's never been anything to go up against the positive tests, to say otherwise. So he's going to have to be given a ban, Ross. And if he doesn't, then I don't know, crazy. If he doesn't get a ban.
Well, I think what will happen is he's not fought in England now for 2.5 years. 2.5 years since he fought in England. So I think it's quite possible they could say there's 2 charges here, 2.5 year ban, which you've done, and then they could let him fight. But it's possible, it's very, very, very possible. They might say you've got 2 charges and it's a 3-year ban from England. That means he can fight in April against Eubank. A 3-year ban. So he could have an interim fight. This is what I think is going to happen. He'd have an interim fight in America to keep his tools sharp. And he'd then come back in April and fight Eubank in the UK after serving a 3-year ban. And everybody will say, yeah, he's had a 3-year ban. He's done his time and that. But look, that'll mean, though, if he fights again in America, he'll have had 3 fights in 3 years, which is ticking over money for him, innit? Got to have something in bank, can he? And then he gets a big massive payday, doesn't he? Or he could have one in Saudi, couldn't he? And then he could get his massive payday in the UK, or he could just go fight in Saudi now. He could go fight in Saudi now if he wants. Either way, he's not going to be bothered. Do you think Crusher Benn's going to care if somebody says to him, "Hey, you've just had to ban you for drugs," when he's earning millions of pounds? He's just going to go laugh in your face. They won't be fighting for a belt. They're not about belts then. They're about that. And I just think it's gone on that long now. They've even done Eddie Hills as Eddie. And I think Eddie's head is done in by it. And he loves out like this controversy. But I dare say that they'll be best mates again if he fights Eubank. Oh, but I don't know what to make of it all. I don't know. And I just think that it's all in bad taste. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen to him, Gerry? What do you think they're going to get? And if he fights Eubank, what weight? So what do you think he's going to get in his verdict? Is it end of this week or beginning of next week? What's the answer going to be, and what weight will he fight Eubank at?
I actually still don't think that fight's going to happen. But if they're going to fight at that weight, what, I don't know. Could Eubank get down to 155? I don't know, Russ. It's crazy. The whole thing is a farce, really. I don't see why anyone wants to see that now. If Eubank Junior's still hanging on to that as well. I don't know. I just think that's ludicrous. Like, he really, particularly what he said at the, last week, was it, about Eddie Hearn wanting him to fight a drug cheat.
Yeah.
And then if he was to take that fight, having said that, he's the biggest hypocrite of all time. Like, but I mean, as we always point out on this channel, like, they don't care as long as there's money there, like, But I think when the verdict comes out, he's going to have to be given some sort of ban, and it'll either go the way you say, either 2.5 year, or take it up to 3 year, which will be next year. But they have to dish him out some sort of punishment on paper, I think.
Yeah. I think 3-year ban from the UK, but he'll just go and have a fight in another country to keep your tools sharp, or a little bit sharp, and then I think he'll fight Eubank in UK. I think they'll go at it again with a big promotion. They've got to give the fans something back in this country, and what they've been giving us is a welterweight in with a middle. Right, I'm asking you, what weight do you think they'd fight at, Gerry?
Well, Conor Benn's going to have to put on extra weight, obviously, to get anywhere close. So, could he make it the middleweight?
Yeah, he met middleweight. Don't forget, Conor Benn's not fought at welterweight for 30 months, right? Now he's not fought since April 2022. He fought at welterweight. Now he hasn't fought at that weight since. So why is he number 2 in the welterweight rankings? Because I don't think he's going to fight at welter again myself. But I see him fighting at 160 against Eubank. There were all that palaver about and making him Eubank had to make this certain weight. But I think he'll fight £160 because he just wants to get paid now, doesn't he? And those who were pushing the fight before, Calla and Eddie, and they tried to pull wool over all fans' eyes. Everybody soon forgot about that now, haven't they, really? Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Everybody forgot about it except us people. Because we care for fighters, don't we? I do.
Of course.
I mean, I'm not a big Eubank fan as his personality. I think he's an absolute weapon. But they made him come down to a weight that was dangerous. And I know about weight loss, and I know what it's like to feel weight drain and then try and just do something normal in day. They mind fighting or training. So I think the fight at £160, and I think Crusher could get hurt. Touch what he done, get hurt. But we have weight divisions for a reason, and like I've said before, and I'll say it again, and I'll probably say it even more again. We have weight divisions for a reason. Fighters are not superheroes, and has anybody learned anything from Kell Brook being fed to Golovkin? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most logical thing, because you couldn't ask Eubank Jr. to come down that far. So it's the most logical thing, Russ, for Ben to try and bulk up a bit.
Would you get Josh Kelly going in with a light heavyweight like Anthony Yard? Yes or no?
No.
Well, that's the difference. He just fought at 160. You jump up, fight Anthony Yard, say at 173, make Yard lose £2. It'd be a bloodbath, wouldn't it? And that was the difference.
Yeah, it's great.
Kell Brook fighting Golovkin. And we weren't just talking about any old middleweight. We were talking about a guy who had the most defences. Well, the same as Bernard Hopkins, but his were nearly all knockouts, weren't they?
Yeah.
We were talking about a killer puncher, and we said he's going to get hurt. But everybody went, no, well, he's still got his IBF belt at welterweight, dare to be great. Everybody bought into that, dare to be great. Well, look what happened. The career finished after that. Kell Brook, a shell of a fighter. He could have been a dominant welterweight, Kell Brook, if he hadn't fought Golovkin. That's my opinion. But the big fights weren't coming for him. Why weren't they coming for him? Weren't his promoter trying for him? I don't know. The media cancelling Carl Froch. What do you think to that? We don't see him on TalkSport. Sky drops in because he won't wear a Black Lives Matter badge. He said he'd wear an All Lives Matter badge. A bit like Matthew Letitia, did the same to him. Are people in the media now being told what to do? I mean, we've got Eddie coming out saying the national anthem. If anybody goes on about the Saudi national anthem being played in our national stadium, where two Brits are fighting. It's race being racist. AD Jalapedo's come out on DAZN and said Carl Froch is racist for saying that. Is that racism? Do you think that's racism, Gerry? Yes or no?
No, no. I think that's one of the maddest things I've ever heard, to accuse someone of being a racist just for having those viewpoints. You obviously know Carl Froch,
Yeah.
and know probably, hands down, he's not a racist. He's never come across racist in anything I've ever heard him say, or anything at all like that. If Carl Froch was a racist, he wouldn't have stepped in the ring with any black fighters. Do you know what I mean? Because he would see himself as superior and not have to fight anybody of that race. So I don't know how he's supposed to be racist.
Well, where it comes from is years ago. I don't know if you remember Tommy Robinson. He made a stand against grooming gangs in Rotherham. Do you remember those grooming gangs?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Harsh Hussein, and they got 30 odd years, didn't they? Raping 13-year-old girls and stuff like that. He got one of them pregnant, and he got 34 years, didn't he, for it? There were other girls as well. They did horrible, bad things to. And Tommy Robinson spoke out about that, and he were correct. And I think Carl retweeted a tweet that he put out with Tommy making a stand against it. So Carl's got children. It's like I've got kids. I don't know if you've got kids, Joe. Have you got children?
I don't have kids.
No, but if you had, you must have nieces and nephews at a young age.
Of course, yeah.
I think it were a good thing for Tommy Robinson to do. I don't get involved in all that Tommy Robinson thing, but for somebody to speak out who's got a big following, well, what's wrong with that? Well, do we live in a society where we can't say, you know what, good on him. No matter what he's done in the past, good on him for speaking up on that. So Carl retweeted it, and before you know where you are, you have people like Big Malk, Spencer Fearon, coming out, adding fuel to the fire. And I think it's come from that, but I don't know. I've never seen Carl come anything. I've never seen him come out with anything racist in my company. So I don't know why you can get tagged with that. And then to say, well, I don't want to wear a Black Lives Matter badge. I'll wear an All Lives Matter badge. Well, Sky not renewing his contracts and blah, blah, blah. Whatever, like he's bothered anyway with millions. You know what I mean? He probably got a better life now than having to bounce up and down country with Sky. And his channel does more views than Sky's, doesn't it now? So I don't think he's really bothered. But it's disappointing to hear Eddie come out with that. And it's disappointing to see an interview he did yesterday where Eddie said, well, I never really thought Carl would start behaving like that. Behaving like what, Eddie? Saying that he thinks that Joshua gets beat against a bar and he doesn't deserve a rematch. Why would you lower it down to that tone, Eddie? I don't know. Do you want to go on to part two, Gerry?
No worries, mate. I'll see you on that one.
Mate. Cheers, mate. I'll see you on part two.